Today, everybody. This is Teacher Cindy, and I'm here to discuss to you what you are going to expect for the school year 2020-2021. This FAQ hopefully will answer all of your questions and address all your hesitations, whether you're going to enroll your children this school year or maybe homeschool them or have them learn at home. So, una po, i-address natin ang mga tanong tungkol sa blended learning. Ano ba talaga yung blended learning? And for that, I'm going to share to you the screen showing you all the components of this school year's blended learning program. There. So, Hildegard's blended learning program will be composed of the following components. Ito po yung weekly learning kits. Ito yung online synchronous sessions. Ito yung online asynchronous sessions plus the teacher support and the online learning platforms. Kung makikita po ninyo, nasa gitna po niyan yung parent support. So you are part of the blended learning program for this school year. Unahin po natin yung weekly learning kits. Okay, ang weekly learning kits ay envelope where the different modules per subject per week has been prepared by the school to be distributed to our students para gawin nila or i-accomplish nila at home. Of course, with the guide of the parents. Now, ano naman yung online synchronous sessions? Marami pong tanong tungkol dito. Ito po yung kung saan magkikita-kita si teacher at saka yung mga estudyante. No? Mamaya ipapakita natin sa inyo yung schedule. At makikita ninyo kung saan po papasok yung synchronous sessions na tinatawag. Susunod po ay yung online asynchronous contents. Ito po ay yung mga pre-recorded discussion. Maaari siyang pre-recorded nila teacher, dinidiscuss nila as in classroom style, or maaari din po ito yung mga YouTube videos or mga educational videos which we can find online na papanoorin ng mga bata. Ngayon, papasok ang teacher support, no? Ang teacher support po ay meron tayong nakalaan na oras para sa online consultation ng bawat bata. At panghuli, yung online learning platforms natin, kung saan dito sila magsasubmit at mag-i-interact ng teacher. Dito nila ipapadala yung mga work na na-accomplish nila. Dito din isi-send the teacher yung feedback. At dito din maaaring magpadala ng mga quizzes and unit tests si teacher. Ngayon, nandito po ang halimbawa ng isang regular class schedule. Ayan. So kung makikita po ninyo, araw-araw ay kailangan pa rin gumayak ng bata. Because come 8 in the morning, ay kailangan na po silang mag-check-in or magpakita sa kanilang teacher through the synchronous sessions. Ibig sabihin, si teacher naka-online at dapat mag-join na doon sa online session na yon yung mga bata. That is also for the teacher's way to check their attendance for that day. Yan. And mapapansin po ninyo, maiksing oras lang yung nakalaan para sa mga synchronous sessions because teachers will not do their discussions during this time. Hindi po magdi-discuss si teacher. Kung hindi, teacher will only meet with the class and then teacher will help jumpstart the week. No? So, ibig sabihin, teacher will discuss the different things that, the different objectives of the different subjects per week. Yan. So, whole class, for example, if we have 10 students in a class, every Monday and Friday, magkikita-kita yung 10 estudyante at si teacher. Now, during small group sessions, ito naman po yung Tuesday at Wednesday, hinati po natin yung mga estudyante. So for example, if there are 10, so the small group would comprise of 5 students plus the teacher. Dito po, magkakandak si teacher ng mga simpleng quiz or maybe evaluation whether the student learned anything from the previous day's lesson. Yan. Saan naman po magaganap yung asynchronous na mga content? Dito po yan papasok sa mga different subject schedules. So for example, From 8:45 to 9:15 ng umaga, ang schedule ay English. For example, this week's topic is about nouns. So we will be uploading a pre-recorded discussion or maybe an online video content about nouns. So ganun din po sa math. No? And probably they're going to do simple exercises after watching the asynchronous content. Yan. And then, you will see, meron din oras para sa consultation. May tanong po kasi, pwede bang magtanong? For example, during ELA period, will there be an available teacher na pwede naming tanongin? Ang sagot po ay no, because that is supposed to be for the independent learning period ng mga bata. Yung pong pagtatanong kay teacher, papasok po yan doon sa 10:45 to 12 kung saan they will be given time to consult with the teacher one-on-one. So they can do the online consultation either through chat or either through phone calls. May available ba palaging teacher pag online consultation? Definitely. No? So you don't expect na magko-consult kayo outside the consultation period and then you get a response right away. Hindi po ganon. So ang pakiusap lang din po natin is for you to strictly follow the schedule kasi si teacher, you have to respect, meron din po siya mga minimit na ibang mga bata and mga minimit na requirements during the different hours of the day. So, there. Now, for the online learning platforms, as you can see, there is that note there sa baba, sabi, all work outputs must be submitted via CISO, ito po yung mga learning platforms natin, and Google Classroom by 4 p.m. every day. Also, to make sure that your students remain on task for the day. Okay? Now, important learning points lang po. Mga importanteng points na kailangan tandaan dito sa blended learning. So first, you have to set up your learning area at home. Kailangan maglaan tayo ng isang space sa bahay natin kung saan yung mga estudyante natin ay nakakondisyon sila. They are mentally prepared to learn. Okay? So the learning area. Number 2, we have to strictly follow the given class schedule. Remember, kailangan po ng change of mentality, no? Na hindi dahil nasa bahay ay hindi nag-aaral. So we have to strictly follow the schedule as if they are going to a normal school day. So kung dati po, gigisingin niyo sila ng maaga para gumayak, it's the same thing this year. Kailangan bumangon ka ng maaga, kumain ka ng breakfast, and then take a bath, and then get ready to go to school, kahit sa bahay lang. Will they wear their uniforms? Yes. We will require them that whenever they meet with the teacher during synchronous sessions, they should be in their uniform. This is part of the, ito po ay bahagi ng mental preparation, no? Mental conditioning, para makondisyon natin sila na sila talaga ay nag-aaral, na parang nasa eskwelahan. Okay, teacher, yun lang po ba ang interaction during the synchronous, during the consultation period? Now, paano po i-guide ng teachers yung mga estudyante? Okay, now, for that concern, we will have to offer not online, but face-to-face tutorials. No? So we will offer face-to-face tutorials kapag inallow na po ng situation or maybe ng government, the children below 20 years old can already go outside. So we have prepared our school, we have prepared our classrooms for that specific purpose to conduct yung face-to-face one-on-one tutorials. Now, adult supervision. What adult supervision is needed? As per very young learners, for example, kindergarten students, kinder students or probably up to grade 1 and grade 2 students, adult supervision is required because they are non-readers and they need help with directions. They need help when it comes to monitoring their progress during the day. But as per the intermediate students, maybe grade 4 and up to grade 6, they require minimal supervision. So ito pong mga ate at kuya, kumusta na lang. But of course, during the first few weeks, you need to be there for them. Kailangan nandun kayo para sa kanila, para matulungan sila na ma-establish yung kanilang routine. Okay. Now, there are questions about assessment and tests. Paano po mag-e-exam yung mga bata? How will you conduct assessment and tests? Now, as for the daily quizzes, yung mga daily formative assessments, like short quiz, this can be conducted during the small group sessions, kung saan si teacher nag-meet lang siya ng maybe 4 to 5 students. Yan. As for the formative, summative assessment, like unit test, mastery test, this can be sent through the learning platforms CISO and Google Classroom. Now, as for the quarterly exams, we can have the teacher go to each house, each student, to conduct the quarterly exams. As for the grading system, wala pa pong nilalabas ang DepEd na bagong guidelines for the grading system. So we still have to follow yung old guidelines nila. However, for the meantime, we will not be releasing numeric grades. For the meantime, we will be giving you letter grades like A+, A minus, B+, just to see yung pong level of achievement ng bata sa mga assessment na kinonduct sa kanila. No? But rest assured that all the points are credited because we have to record all the summative assessments. Just in case the DepEd asks for a grade, for a numeric grade, meron po kaming ipipresent.